so many people leaving up out of this world that's no longer here, and it should still be here. It's truly a sad situation, man. And I don't know why things are how they are. This is supposed to have been God's kingdom, God's earth, or whatever, man. But it seemed like to me, it's more like this world is being, everything orchestrated in this world is the devil. It's like the devil is the puppet master. We got wars going on right now. Like just people killing people, man. I say put on your righteous armor. Get that fucking town center. Get you a gun. Because let's just be honest, the only way you're gonna be able to deal with them in a situation like that is
Yo, what y'all doing? How many people up in here, man? What's going on? We got New York up in here? Yeah, man. T Electric, man. Okay, can y'all hear me?
Knowing how to use the gun.
Let me know if y'all can hear me. Hold on for a second.
The biggest weapon is up here.
Hold on for a second. Can y'all hear me?
Avoid them funky ass traps that the devil is trying to get you to step into. Because if you don't be careful when you step in one of them traps, that can be your life. And once life is gone, it ain't no coming back, man. That's eternal. You eternally, forever, ever gone. And you don't want that to happen, man. You want to be here in this wicked world that we're living in for as long as you can for your loved ones. Sometimes, man, I'm dumbfounded. I'm dumbfounded how you got individuals out there that's willing to take a life that
man, what it do? Can anybody hear me?
So quick to resort to violence to solve their issues.
Hey, can y'all hear me, man? I got my man, man, this is my brother right here, T Electric, man. Yeah, man. Go by his channel. Y'all know the president of Gun Freak Nation. Go by and check him out.
I'm only trying to break people up, and
yeah, he just trying to help everybody out, man. Man, what's going on, man? What we got up in here, man? Oh shit, what we got? Hold on, man. Can y'all hear me, man? Should be loud and clear. Okay, loud and clear. Oh, Vontae Gun. What's up, Vontae? Okay, Vontae Gun. What's going on, brother? Should make you a moderator real quick. Okay. What up, Devin? I see you, bro. I see you. Man, my man, Devin up here. We got everybody up in here. Make you a moderator real quick. We got everybody up here. New York Tactical. New York, you already a moderator, right? Let me see.
It's just a matter of time.
Oh no, yeah, you already. But yeah, man. Hey, I'm up here, man. Just letting y'all know, man. Just got back. Shout out to Xavier, man. HBCU, my daughter softball team. We just had a game up in Alexandria, Louisiana. Man, let me tell you, bro, man. You gotta be watching your kids, man. Make sure what's going on, man. I saved a little 6-year-old in the parking lot today because Louisiana Christian University. Anybody from the South know what I'm talking about. They got a football program, and I don't know. The mom was just tripping, like letting her kid run around and shit. And man, I had to run out there and everything. It ain't everything clear. Is everything clear? I've been drinking, so I can't tell. Oh, 27 people up in this motherfucker already? God damn. Oh, we already lit already. But Is it blurry? Okay, yeah, I know you stacking up on some of those prices going up on April the 1st. Yeah, like yeah, what y'all talking about? But yeah, man. But what I was saying is that you got to watch your kids, man. This shit fucked my whole first game up, man. I had to snatch this little 6-year-old that almost got hit by a car. The mom was on the phone by the snack bar, man. This is crazy, bro. Like, this is crazy.
It's crazy right now. You feel me?
Okay.
I need each and
And what y'all doing tonight, man? I just want to jump on real quick. I just got in town. Hit that like button. Yep. Just got back in town, man. It's back warm in Louisiana, man. It shit is back on already again. It's back to the heat wave. But it ain't really that bad right now, though. It's nice, man. But I'm just tapping in. Just to say, shout out to all the law enforcement. First of all, law enforcement, border patrol, and I want to say a shout out to especially to the armed forces. Because my son in the Army, and it's crazy, man. My son called me. He said they're not they're not. He's not going right now, but this is really about to be a full scale war. It sounds like Trump over here tripping. He might want to send people on the ground. And my son's airborne, 82nd. So I ain't, man, I ain't gonna get too deep on it, but I just want to say, man, y'all need to stop hating on the military kids, man, because they are kids, man. My son only 25, man. That's to me, that's a baby, man. That's why I turned on T Electric, because I need to watch somebody that's really about what life is about, man. Because if you out here thinking this war is a joke, man, you got people's kids out there, man, in the military. You got, and if you ain't a military family, maybe you don't understand this, but when it's your kid out there, yeah, it's a different thing. And this ain't even our problem. Let's just keep that real. This is not our problem, man. Man, this ain't our problem, bro. Like this is all. This is like Israel and all that little nonsense. They scared because everybody around them they enemies and all that kind of stuff. Well, America always been like big fish, small pond, or small fish in a big pond. If you look at it worldwide, that's why we built our military up. Build your military up. Build your people up. They the ones didn't want their people not having firearms for all these years in Israel. And then when they got invaded by Hamas, they say, okay, now you can carry firearms. But I don't believe that was the reason why they did it. They set it up that way. They wanted an unarmed society. But when they realized that they're surrounded by everybody got AKs and choppers, they was like, nah, we got to let everybody get armed all of a sudden. So, that's just all bullshit, man. America already knew that our government was off the hook. So they were like, no, we need to arm our people. So, I keep it real, man. That's why I don't trip off all this little gun tube shit, man. I keep off like people I meet in gun tube. And then shout out, salute T Electric, man. One of the real ones, man. But let me get over here, man. Back in this live, man. What's going on here? What's good, everybody? Yeah. But we got to definitely step up our consciousness on respecting the military in our country, because that is our first line of defense. The numbers are going down. We don't get the same, recruitment, all that kind of stuff. And now everybody's concerned. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I was at the range 3 days ago, and if it came down to like a regular person defending our country, regular people, we ain't gonna win, man. We seriously need strong military men and women on the front lines. We don't need people who, I hate to say, we don't need gun tubers trying to act like they're gonna be. Yeah, most people who have firearms can defend their property and their farm and their land and all that kind of stuff. But the problem is, you have the federal government and the local governments don't want to allow the whole country to be united, and that's why I have to give props to the alert zone, because he's right. Without that national reciprocity, I said that word right. Without that national reciprocity, then the average American can't travel around freely and protect themselves, and we definitely ain't gonna be able to protect the country. But when you talk about the country, you talk about the people. So I would just want to ramble on this because I was up in northern Louisiana, and they seem to understand this whole concept of family and supporting each other. And you know, I ain't seen nothing up in Alexandria and Pineville. Nothing. And then once you get down to Baton Rouge and get back down to New Orleans, then you start seeing lack of a responsibility of people who care about everybody. And so it's kind of it's very interesting. So what I want to bring up is that if you live like let's say in a, because I'm a city kid. I grew up in a city, live in big cities, but I did live in the South. But if you live in the South in rural, small little towns, I do notice that you have a little bit more security with your, you know, community members around your neighborhood. But also, if I would think probably in these little farm towns, these are the areas that could be actually hit hard. Because I took a back road today coming home to divert 20 minutes of backup traffic. When you using Google Maps, it's like it'll ask you like, hey man, I can save 20 minutes. You want to go to this route? Do we accept? And when you go into these little back roads, this is when you learn about how vast and how rural uh, America really is. And and so if I was like a foreign country with people already in the inside of the country, these are the areas that probably would be probably attacked first. I don't think they're gonna hit like like you have to like do a airstrike or something for L.A. or New York. You ain't gonna be able to just walk in troops. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that I think like the whole concept of everybody thinking that everybody has an advantage or a disadvantage. We don't have no advantages because we're not united is the problem. If the urban people were united with the rural people, then we would have hot grease with catfish in it. You know what I'm saying? We would really be cooking. We will really be eating good and living good. But the fact of the matter is, we still want to make it different. Metropolitan, urban, and then rural country back the sticks, so to speak. If the sticks met the bricks, then I think we can really combat any kind of foreign invasion. Just me personally, I don't think we really are equipped to combat a ground war in our own country. And I know people are saying like, well, man, how can you say that, man? It's all kind of guns and how the hell you gonna how you gonna can y'all still hear me, man? Let me know if y'all can't hear me. Can y'all hear me? Uh, but anyway, what I'm saying is that people want to say is how you gonna people arguing with me. I had a little conversation in the range, and people were saying like, well, how you gonna say uh, we won't be able to combat a home invade a foreign country? Or right on, I appreciate that. Who was that? Paul with the folks walls. I appreciate. Okay, you good? Let me know because my little thing's blinking right at the bottom. I think my little speaker might blink. I just go charge it. But my point is, driving through northern Louisiana today, uh, door to door in the rural area is definitely a threat. Yeah, door is definitely a threat because what I'm saying is that man, I drove through some small towns today, and I'm thinking like, okay, even if they got a bunch of guns, they ain't got a lot of people. So if you want to unfuck your brain, like it's the metropolitan city and the urban areas is where we need people to be armed at. You know, we don't need the criminals that all have guns, but at some point you're gonna have to bring the criminals in on a foreign invasion. And I think that's where I think America is going to lose because I think in most foreign countries, like if you go to Turkey, Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, Israel, France, Germany, and even if you go to some of these countries that don't even have a strong military, if something popped off, man, the criminals going to be on board. Like they're going to be right with the regular people, like fighting. And I don't think America is going to really buy into that because we already have a mental conditioning of that they're the criminals and they're not like us. But the reality matter, if some people start paratrooping in, like how Hamas did Israel, and people forget that so quickly, Israel immediately dumped the citizens can't have firearms. They were like, yes, you can be armed. So I think that's where our advantages is that if we can build a system where criminals in prison, if we can let them get into the military, because they're already there anyway. Even if they never did prison time, we have criminal-minded people in the military. Let's make that clear. I mean, if anybody sitting here watching this feed don't think that there ain't no bad guys in the military, man, you really naive. Now we do got some bad guys in the military, but I want the bad guys to be in the prison system be on our side when we get a foreign invasion, because they're going to be probably way more loyal to the soil, to the flag than a regular guy who's in the military that's already corrupt. And I saw that today because when I went to a gas station, this guy, he was, in this little small town, and he was talking about some shit. Like, he was like, man, y'all better watch out for these dirty military guys. And I was like, why would he say something like that? Like, and I'm just, I ain't tripping. I didn't interject my personal opinion. And I just was thinking, and then he, like, went out, listened to my wife, said, let's get in the car, let's go. We got to get out of here. I'm like, well, hold on, let me hear what this motherfucker's saying. So I'm sitting in the car, listening, window kind of cracked, and he going on. I guess something happened, and he found out that his farm, that had, was it propane or something? I don't know what it was. Oh no, it was a fertilizer or something, and got stolen. And he saw a military trucks pulling the stuff out of there, and he got it caught it on his game trail cam, and he reported to the sheriff in this little area right there. What county? What parish was that? I want to say it was Evangeline Parish in Louisiana. Don't quote me, but maybe, or St. Landry Parish. But one of them is, it's up north, man. And dude was adamant. He was like, no, this is stolen by the U.S. Army. And I was like, what? And I'm listening. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And man, so I'm just saying, so we have to really think about how are we going to combat this, because I'm telling you, these cats is already over here, man. I'm telling you, they already got foreign nationalists already in this country. I'm just old. I'm an old dude, but so I already know this. But I'm just saying, if these motherfuckers just popped up out of the ground, out of a garage, a shed, a Home Depot portable shed, popped up with AKs and stuff, do you really think that your neighbors on your average block is going to be ready for this smoke? I don't think so, man. I'm riding around every day in my community. And most people that I'm riding around, they not ready for this kind of smoke. But if you from, like I said, Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq, Middle East countries where all these super powers are trying to fight over your land and soil and your resources, if you're from an African nation, Kenya, Sierra Leone, Zimbabwe, Nubia, Tanzania, like, yeah, those people, even the ones that ain't even united, they immediately unite when it come down to it, because they know they all related and they all the same people and they all from the same soil. So they're not gonna let some other country just roll up in there and just start just demolishing all their people. And that's why the US and Israel do airstrikes. They don't want to see that smoke on the ground. You know what I'm saying? My son in the Army, so anybody watching this feed, don't think that I'm anti-USA or U.S. Army or Armed Forces. I'm just saying I don't want my kid getting caught up in this bullshit. My son have to go down fighting for this country. I want to be for something that's for the country. I don't want to be for some foreign country. But when you sign up for the U.S. Armed Forces, you don't sign up for the actual job. I mean, you sign up for your job, your MOS, but you don't sign up for the assignment that the commander in chief gives you. And a lot of people in the U.S. and the United States don't understand the commander in chief is the United States president, is POTUS. You know what I'm saying? So POTUS controls it, and then he has his chain of command, and then we have the nuclear arm chain and all that, and all the plan and everything. Y'all know how this go. If you don't know, that's how it does go. The president of the United States is only for homeland defense. He or she does not get involved in municipals and state laws and all that kind of shit. It's about the border. So whatever he or she feels a threat, they actually have the absolute power to make some shit happen. So what Trump is doing is not against he's not breaking no law. He's not. It's just that it's not popular for a lot of people who've been around politics, but that's where the problem lies. He's not a politician. He's a businessman, and he's slightly a bully, and he's an average man, and he wants to protect everything he has and what he built. But when you let people like that in office, this is what you get. You don't get somebody thinking for, what we got in our country. Anybody can quote me, was it 333 million people in America, I think? And we're going on our anniversary. So it's just not a good look. You know what I'm saying? None of them have been a good look, but this is a bad look because this is basically protecting a little small guy, a small bully in an area where everybody hates him. You got to think about it. Israel, think about it. Iran, and anybody from Texas is going to feel this, what I'm about to say. Let me drink my beer. Shit, fuck that shit. If anybody from Texas is going to feel what I'm about to say. This beer's damn near warm. I get another one. Iran is a mountainous country, just like Afghanistan. And if you know your history, the Russians tried to invade Afghanistan in the early 80s, 79, 80, 81, 82. And then America went and backed them up. Meanwhile, they actually built the Taliban. Okay. So the bin Laden's was built by the American Federal and the CIA. So if you think about it, any country who's ever tried to invade in a mountainous region failed. That means Afghanistan pushed back America and Russia in a war in the 80s. Think about the diligence and the ability to fight and the will to fight just to knock off two superpowers. That's what the Afghanistan people did. They knocked off two superpowers in that war. So if you fast forward now to 2026, and where on earth do you think that Israel and America teaming up to try to knock down Iran, when our administration tried to knock down Iraq and it still didn't work? The CIA still end up doing dirty deeds with them. And here we are now, we're going to just knock them down. If we send any boots in the ground to Iran, we're not going to win this. This is going to be like Vietnam all over again, the redo. They're trenched in deep, they're dug in deep. Their best military people are in caves and underground. You're not going to walk into Iran and take down and change their spirit and make them believe and like, this is a new way. It's not happening, man. Our best move is to get the fuck up out of there right now, period. I'll tell you this, for you young kids watching, you get gung-ho drinking your Monster and your Rockstar drinks. This is not a winning war right here. Because first of all, you ain't going to change the will of the people, period. All you did was make all the teenagers hate us even more. So our best bet is be like, man, we fucked up, man. Let me get away from Israel. Y'all crazy, y'all tyrannical, but there's more to this. And so I probably ain't going to live to see the end of this chapter, but because this is going to go on forever. Israel and America being together, they ain't going to go nowhere. So, and all we did was just start up another generation of kids that's going to hate our country, our flag, and our ways because they lost their grandparents, their uncles, and cousins. And if you can't feel that, then you're not probably that human. You don't want to lose your family members because I guarantee you, if some fools start paratrooping into our country, taking out homes and blocks and all this kind of stuff, you're going to find out real quick that, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. There's not a lot of people crying for me. There's not a lot of people, because a lot of people that live around you ain't you, motherfucker. They ain't American. They just live in America. And that's what my point of this fucking live, let y'all understand. Stop acting like you're friends with people that are just like you. They're not. They're not. Just because you live in American don't make you American. I don't know why that's so fucking hard to believe. You know what I'm saying? I can name where all my family members are from. You know what I'm saying? I can name that. I was born in Chicago, Illinois. My mom was born in Louisiana. My dad was born in Arkansas. My grandma was born in Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to really guess and pretend where I'm from. A lot of these people are playing a game. They're standing behind their American citizens, but they're not really buying into none of this shit. And so they're gonna just sit back on the sideline and watch us eat each other alive. And meanwhile, on the backside, the dirty ass politicians on Capitol Hill in DC and the DMV area and all these lobbyists, they want to bring in more people that are used to not getting no funds, no money, no social support, and they're gonna bring them into this country under that umbrella that they don't need anything from us. They're gonna make it their own way, but they're gonna be financially backed by war dollars. Y'all don't understand this. How you think the Jewish people got so rich in this country? War dollars, reparations. They're not doing reparations. No, they ain't doing. If they think about this, the last group of people who got any war reparations were the Jewish people. And they're the first people in this country that should have been in first in line, should have been black people for reparations. But we ain't gonna touch that. But that's when you know, if they ain't gonna give reparations for people that black that were slaves in this country, they damn sure ain't gonna give it to your grandkids and your uncles and your nephews. You can forget that, whatever nationality, all your little bank T-bills and your all your little money stacked up in all the stocks and bonds and all, man, that shit don't mean nothing. The U.S. federal government is not paying no money out to anybody who was abused humanly, physically, mentally in this country. It's not going to happen. And there's the problem. That's where the problem is going to lie. Because if some country or a couple countries want to invade our country, boots on the ground, we're talking about boots on the ground, they don't have to actually send over Hueys and C-130s and air troop men because they're already here. You ain't gonna find a lot of American people in Somalia. You ain't gonna find a lot of American people in Iran. You ain't gonna find a lot of American people running around in Iraq. You ain't gonna find a lot of American people running around in Gaza right now, other than first aid medical people and humanitarian people who are trying to save these people's lives. But for the most part, none of us are trying to go to none of these regions of these people that have vitriol against our country because of what our POTUS puts our kids and our troops in the line of fire. So that's the only downside of joining the armed forces, is that your POTUS can just be executing some kind of like system that is not going to be good for the actual American people and your own grandmom and your own auntie and your own mom. I don't know if y'all feel me, man. This is really bothering me, man, because my son called me and I had a long talk with him, you know, because we watched my daughter play this weekend. And so it was like, it wasn't really a nice conversation. And I ain't really talk him down because my son's is a warrior. He's a straight soldier. So, but he's just like, Dad, I don't know. They ain't saying nothing right now. And I can't say too much on this live anyway, but yeah, this boy Trump trying to send boots on the ground, and I'm like, you're not gonna. I mean, what is it gonna do? Boots on the ground for what? What is your objective? What do you? I mean, come on, man. And what you gonna airstrike everything? Because you know missiles and bombs, that stuff you gonna miss. You gonna take out schools and kids and make all this kind of hatred, man. This is absolutely ridiculous, bro. This is. I mean, they're all ridiculous. You know, you should be able to talk down, de-escalate, but until somebody sends something your way, I'm from the old school, man. Unless you, man, look. I care about my neighbor. I understand that, but why doesn't Israel have any friends? Ain't nobody asking that question. America been off here in this. America is part of North. Let me back up because a lot of people ain't that smart. Using geography, America is part of North America for anybody who's foolish. There is no fucking Mexico. There is no fucking America. There is no fucking Canada. Okay, it's North of America, and then there's Central America. Okay, and then there's South America. It was all connected. And then it broke apart. But guess what stuck together? That little snippet between South America and North America stuck together. And then a bunch of pieces broke off. And those are called the Caribbean islands. Okay? So at the end of the day, Canada, which is part of North America, Alaska connects still, thanks to the Army Corps of Engineers, right? In Russia. So at some point, reasonably thinking, maybe Russia was on top of Canada. I mean, this shit was all fucking connected. But when you start getting colonists and people want to control stuff, you start brainwashing people thinking that they're unique. You're not fucking unique, dude. You're just a regular fucking human. You're just part of North America. You're not. Yeah, I'm America, USA. That's fine. That's great. I love it. Fantastic. You know, God bless America. But God damn it, you still part of North America, and you need to understand that people above you and below you live right there. And at some point, we forgot that as a country. And so now we're kind of getting squashed in by Central Americans, South Americans, Canadians, and then all of a sudden, all the Somalians are coming in through Canada, down through Minneapolis. And now, when you look around, all your little shit you've been talking all these years, you ain't the most majority of the people around you. And now here's the problem. It's gonna come to a head. If somebody wanted to come in and take over urban America, they wouldn't have to really deploy nobody. All they gotta do is send a call out and say, man, look, y'all go over here, y'all go over here. And but the mere fact that that has never happened, it goes to show you that all these other countries will still work with us. But so we were going to be okay, but this ain't gonna help nothing at all moving forward for the younger generation. They're gonna have to go through. We have to go through this all over again. The Kuwaiti war, the Iraqi war, the first Iran war. It's going. I remember when we took out Idi Amin, and when we took out Saddam Hussein, and you're gonna have to keep taking out all these people because you keep fucking with people and trying to take their resources when you need to just be independent and separate from the rest of the world globally, economically, instead of being greedy and want to just run everything and then use your flex, your muscle, your military to enact your plan. So it was fun for a lot of generations, but it ain't fun no more. So we gonna see what's gonna happen. It's gonna have to play out. That's all I'm saying. It's gonna have to play out. You know, like I coach sports, and you know, I'm a sports guy. I watch sports all the time, and I know how this is gonna play out. You can't shit on all people all the time, all areas, all around you, and then expect everybody gonna just sit there and just keep taking all this shit. It ain't gonna happen, man. At some point, you're gonna have to knuckle up. And if you ain't got everybody on board, because I'm telling you, you fuck with some of these other countries, first of all, they got more people. Man, China got 1 billion people. And anybody who lives in America will say, God damn it, it's probably about 20 million of them motherfuckers over here. If they got 20 million Chinese people in America, so if you live in a small ass little city where I just came from, like Pineville, Louisiana, and everybody got guns and 308s and 6.5 Creedmoors, well, it ain't gonna matter if they can just deploy 15,000 Chinese motherfuckers with 22s. Man, come on, we ain't got the numbers no more. And then also, what I discovered, we ain't got the heart no more. Our young kids is high to the motherfucker. They vaping, partying, popping pills, clubbing, TikToking, all that little shit. And some of these young kids in some of these other countries, they over there like cleaning their AKs. 12-year-olds in their countries. Not here probably, but in their countries they doing it. And then some of them are doing it here. You know, so I mean, we discourage the young kids to understand how to do firearm safety and protect themselves. We discourage going into the military. Fuck the draft. You know, don't work for Uncle Sam's army. Well, if you don't work for Uncle Sam's army, who's going to protect your country? And that's where we at right now. We losing a lot of good boys, and then we losing a lot of top Delta and Navy SEAL guys. They stepping away. And these are like guys that were like straight up Republicans, and they like, man, I'm cool with I can't fight for this dude. Like, and they talking about POTUS. This is crazy. We got guys that are badasses. It's like they not even down with what Trump doing right now. That's a bad sign right there. When you got some badass dudes that got major wartime on their belts, and they not down for this move right here. This is crazy, man. We can wave all the red flags we want, but we gonna have to back this shit up this time. This is gonna be the time we gonna have to back it up. An airstrike in America is probably the highest possibility in the history of our country. All those Democrat presidents, they kept that shit down for some reason. They was making deals like, let's build Apple, let's build Microsoft, let's build SpaceX. All these quote unquote liberal presidents that were letting people through the border. But the fact of the matter, the border was already wide open anyway because the country was built on a wide border. I don't know why people think everybody here is actually from here. Nobody is really. There's only two groups of people that is really from this country. So it's not like everybody came through this motherfucker passage through here legally. I mean, I don't even think Trump got any paperwork. To be honest with you, we don't even know if he got paperwork. But we know who do, and look how those people get treated. So it's like, we gonna find out a lot. I already know. I ain't gonna find out shit. I'm gonna sit back and watch this shit, and it ain't gonna be on the replay. It's gonna be live because when you hear a boom, you gonna understand like, oh, it just became real, and you're gonna see real quick that your local police officers and all them ain't gonna be nowhere around you because they're gonna go run to their families. That's a fact. I don't know why people think that like if somebody invaded our country that the local PD is gonna run to your neighborhood on a police call and protect you and your family. They're not. All of a sudden, the gun laws just fell completely. There ain't no gun laws no more. All of a sudden, and that's how you know the U.S. is our federal government, D.C. is bullshit because they know for a fact they're gonna rely on us, the American citizens that are armed, to help protect the country and their local neighbors because they're gonna be sending propaganda out. If you are an American citizen, arm yourself up, get inside your house, protect your neighbor, don't let anyone in, and blah 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 blah. But before that, they would have pulled your ass over and slung you out your car and beat you down and said you had your gun illegally. So this is gonna get really interesting because people actually believe that law enforcement and the local police department and all of them are gonna come saving them when we get invaded. And here's the cold part about it. I'm gonna keep saying it. The invasion, it ain't gonna be no big ass spectacular invasion, motherfuckers. It's gonna come out of regular ass houses on regular ass blocks in regular farm towns, and everybody know China has been buying up all kind of farmland all throughout the Midwest and the Southeast, and buying all up the soybeans and cotton and everything. So they already got people already in these places right next to military bases, huge influences. China, they got donut shops and chicken wing shops, and they all Asian owned, and everybody know this, but nobody know in that back room they got AKs stacked up deep, and when they hit the button, boom, they can just send people right there, get their AKs chopped, and it's on. It's on. But we don't got none of that organization down. We're all so separate, divided. We're all so like, no, me. Oh no, I don't know you. Get off my property. Ooh, but that's an American. You gonna tell an American to get off your property? Well, you ain't gonna say that. You ain't gonna have that same energy when you see about 7 or 9, 10 Iranian motherfuckers running up. You know what I'm saying? With some motherfucking scars around their neck, go and lighten your ass up. You gonna be like, oh, okay. I wish I did have Brown over there. Yeah. You gonna really wish. Then we gonna see some uniting like a motherfucker in a minute. You gonna see some huge uniting. You gonna see motherfuckers smiling, shaking hands in a minute. Watch, mark my word. You gonna go into a 7-Eleven somewhere or QT, or whatever your little mini mart, and you gonna all of a sudden see a motherfucker that never smiled at you and be like, hey, how you doing, man? You watching this shit, man? You watching this? This is crazy, huh? It was just like COVID. Why you all smiling now? Motherfucker, you used to give me side eye the whole time. Now you all happy to see me. Well, yeah, we gonna see real quick how that's changing real quick. So watch out, man. Stack your ammo up. Get your plate carriers, mace, pepper spray. I mean, anything you can get your hand on for personal defense and protection. I mean, because like I said, they don't, when they deploy here, they don't have, other countries, they don't, you can't be American and go to Baghdad and and walk around with an American flag waving that shit. Oh, I'm rooting for the Olympic sculling team. Man, you will get your ass lit the fuck up. But the motherfucker from Baghdad can be in Times Square and walk down with a motherfucking Iraqi flag, blah, 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 and it'll be Americans will jump in and say, he has the right to do that. Leave him alone. You see what I'm saying? That seems hella suspect to me, really. Like, we got a lot of Americans that work for the other side. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. My son, we were talking earlier. He said, like, Dad, you right, you so right. Oh, we got a lot of Americans that work for the other side. Yeah, and like I said, like I know probably some of them that work for the other side. When I mean work for the other side, meaning that they don't really have a genuine concern about the soil of this country. They have this liberalism in them that everybody should have the right, and I don't really believe that, man. I'm just being honest with you. I think we all have to be real with where we live. If you are American, be American. Like what I mean by be American, I don't mean you got to like eat the same food and all that kind of shit. But what I'm saying, don't be come over here bringing all that shit over here, and then when she hit the fan, you're gonna switch up and then go back to your flag. No, that ain't American. That means you are living in America, living in America. Remember that song? Who was that? Was that Eddie Murphy or somebody? Yeah, we're living in America. Yeah, living in America, but you ain't American. It's a difference. I want Americans around me. I don't want people just living in America. So, again, driving through that little small town and talking to those guys over there or listening to those guys. I talked to a couple guys, but I ain't. When I heard that little thing about him, when he said that, man, that really struck a nerve with me to do this live, man, because, my daughter goes to a HBCU school. Shout out to Xavier, New Orleans. You know, historic, the only black Catholic HBCU school in America, top school in America, and and they out there balling, whooping their ass, and rolling, talking to those people. They were like, man, look, we love y'all, we love Xavier. They were really appreciative because they know the whole team black, everybody black, black. But we all Americans. They know we ain't down for none of that shit. Man, ain't nobody black in America been no motherfucking Africa. The only motherfuckers been in Africa that's black is Africans. We African American probably, but a lot of people don't know this. A lot of black people were born only in this country. Maybe they great from West Africa, Angola, Algeria, and all that shit. But a lot of brothers ain't nobody black. When you run into a black American, you know immediately that we are a black American. You know for a fact black people. You know the difference between black people and Africans, and it is a difference. African descent, yes. African, hell no. Ain't no motherfuckers, man. Most motherfuckers from Chicago know nothing about no Johannesburg and South Africa and Zimbabwe. Motherfuckers ain't even been out of the fucking South Side. So when the shit hit the fan, who's gonna be loyal to the soil? It's gonna be the good old white boys, all the brothers, all the Mexican dudes on the Texas southern border, all them cats that was actually born here. They gonna be the ones that's gonna fight for this country. Everybody else, we outnumbered. I ain't trying to be the bearer of bad news. We're completely outnumbered. I just narrowed it down. Blacks, foundational black Americans, foundational white Americans, the Midwest white boys, they gonna be down for the country. The down south white boys gonna be down. The southeast, but the northern white boys, they gonna be down too. The high plains, all out there. But after that, man, you better be careful. All these other cats, they gonna jump right back on their flag, and then they gonna duke you in and be like, "Oh yeah, that's my homie, man. Come on," and then boom, hit you on the top of your head, take all your shit, your guns, and then work for the other side. And that's what's gonna happen. Because a lot of the Mexican people on the southern border, they're gonna just go back to Mexico because the North Americans are gonna divide up immediately because they ain't gonna fuck with Mexico. They're going to bomb Mexico. They're going to try to bomb North America, but they ain't going to be able to do that because we have anti-ballistic missiles. So they're going to try to activate on the ground, but nobody's going to go down to Mexico. That might be the safest place in North America when this shit go down because they have so many fucking guns and their government don't fuck with nobody but they own. So they already established that we are not loyal to any of you motherfuckers. So brothers ain't gonna be able to go down to Mexico. Nope, we are not gonna be able to go down there. White boys ain't gonna be able to go down there either because they ain't gonna let you in all of a sudden now because some shit popped off. So we gonna have to stay on our own land. But what we gonna have is we're gonna have an infrastructure by the southern border. But man, everybody else in small towns, you better watch your back because you don't know who's running that rice factory, that cement company. You don't know who's running all that, them chicken farms. Any day now, they can just have that motherfucker full of nothing but Chinese fucking militants in there and light your ass up, take over your whole fucking little small town, a town of like 300 people. Think about it. In America, a town with 300 people or 3,000. This is escalated. 3,000 people. Do you know how easy that would be to overtake it with a militia? Man, we have Navy SEALs that have taken over 3 to 4 square blocks with 9 dudes because of precision shooting. But we all know in the rural sector, man, all them white boys out there don't know how to shoot the same way in the inner city. All them brothers don't know how to shoot. So we got a whole bunch of people with guns in America that don't really know how to shoot. So all our best shooters are in the military. And where are they going to be? Not in our fucking country. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? They're going to draw all our best out so they can come in on the back door, and then you find out that POTUS was behind it. It's going to break your heart. It ain't going to break my heart. It's going to break your heart. But when you find out the president allowed that shit to happen, that's going to hurt. That's going to really hurt. You're going to take your best shooters away from. We should defend our own land. Have a strong front on our own border. Fuck all that sending 100,000 troops to fucking Iran. Fuck Iran. I mean, if you Iranian watching this, I ain't mad at you. God bless you and your people. But I don't give a fuck about Iran right now. I care about America. But I don't want nobody in Iran losing their life innocently. But I'm just saying, I don't want our kids and our young men and our best soldiers and our best deltas and everybody going way out there to help a country that be out there bullying everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know Israel's a big ass bully. If you don't know, you better find out. You better do your geopolitics and learn. I'm getting too heated, man. My channel might get struck, but that would be great if my channel gets struck and took down, because I ain't got to do this shit no more. Because I'm really getting tired of this shit, to be honest with you. And now my son getting caught in the cross, now I'm really hot. I'm just an old dude trying to enjoy my daughter play softball, live in Louisiana for a few years, trying to figure out the next destination. I don't want my son going no fucking bullshit ass war with Iran, punk ass motherfuckers thing. Man, look, let me tell y'all something real quick. I need to get another beer. Hold on, I'm pissed. Okay, look. I think there's what? Someone check this for me, man. Who's on here watching them? I ain't even looking at the fucking comments. What the hell everybody talking about? I missed everything. But anyway, I don't give a shit anybody up in here no more. How many people up in here? It don't even matter. But look, if anybody watches, I don't give a fuck. Somebody Google this for me. I believe I'm old. I'm 58. I believe it's only, 8 countries that have nuclear weapons? If someone going to quote me on that, 8. And here's my thing with the nuclear weapon thing. I don't give a fuck. As long as you ain't pointing the motherfuckers to my country, I don't care. You mean to tell me you are so paranoid that I don't want them to develop, because they're going, if somebody really wanted to blow up, remember, the earth ain't that big. So if anybody pushes that button, it's going to obliterate everything. It's okay. And then anybody don't know what a nuclear warhead is. It's basically a missile, a bomb with a nuclear war on top of it, the tip, and it obliterates everything. So you kind of defeat your whole purpose. So it's all about flexing and threatening. So what I'm saying is, it's not our job to police who's going to try to develop some type of ballistic missile to destroy the earth. All we got to do is stay diligent on staying on top of who's developing that. It's not our job to actually come in and try to tell you not to, because if we got it, why do you think they gonna get it? That's the whole reason why America is so fucking twisted, because it's kind of like they trying to tell the American public, hey, look, man, if you want to own a gun, let me break it down for people who just don't understand what I'm saying. Look at gun laws in America. It's the same thing what we're doing globally, trying to control people who can develop nuclear arms. We already started that shit in our own country. We have a Second Amendment that says we have the right to bear arms, but they don't allow us to have a national system where everybody can go around with the same rules in the same country. Think about that, how ignorant that is. So think about how the globe is looking at them, trying to say, how you gonna tell me I can't develop me a nuclear weapon? You can kiss my ass. I'm developing. If you got one, I got one. That's the same concept that the average citizen has in America. If a criminal can go get a gun and do a heinous crime, why can't I just legally go buy a gun? I'm not a criminal and be able to carry it without a permit and do whatever, as long as it's inside of the law. Why do I have to jump through all these loops? And we know all and well that the criminal is not going through none of these loops and hoops. I mean, that's just crazy to me. To me, that's crazy, because that's what we were trying to do. We're trying to tell another country, another world entity, that you can't have a nuclear weapon unless we say so. And then if you do, we're gonna try to dismantle it and bomb it and nuke and tear it down. Just because we talking shit. It's like somebody talking shit on YouTube. Man, I'll take you out. Man, fuck you, twin Jen, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You can threaten me all you want. Until you put your hands on me, you ain't did nothing. That's what I'm getting at. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all, man. I'm getting too hyped, man. Man, what's going on here, man? Shit, let me see what's going on with the people saying. Yep, get a rope. It's okay. Go to your neutral corner. right. It doesn't make any sense at all, man. Like, it doesn't. Hey, man, y'all make sure y'all get all the moderators. I ain't even looking at the comments. Get all the weirdos out of here. Delete them up out of here. But yeah, I just don't understand why we even fucking with these people, man. Like, because they're not gonna do nothing to us. Because first of all, I don't know if anybody know this. The Bin Laden family have a library at Harvard University, and anybody don't want to believe me, go look at yourself. The Bin Laden family has a library at Harvard University. We've already been working with all these Middle Eastern countries because Jimmy Carter, I think he started the international affairs division, where we spend time going to their embassies, working with them. The whole U.S. embassy thing is basically about building international affairs with other countries, so we can find out what you like. You like chicken, I like fish. You know what I'm saying? You like goat, I like, you like curry. And then we, hang out, have dinners, and talk about things. And, what y'all need. Y'all need this. You need arts and sciences. Well, we need technology. And so India, Bangladesh, and all these countries, that they did this, they don't want to help us develop our technology. So it's sad that we forgot that we used to work with countries. We didn't used to blow them up. There was a time when America was like on the frontier of working with other countries that had differences and trying to figure things out. And it wasn't perfect. No, it wasn't perfect. But, it's better than fucking bombing people, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, man. I'm from the old school. I'm from the South Side of Chicago, man. You can talk all the shit you want until you put your hands on me. We good. You put your hands on me, now we got a problem. And that's the way we should really be federally ran. Like, as long as you don't, man, you ain't never bombed my country. You ain't never paratrooped in. But I'm saying that we should build our border up so strong that even if you came close, and if one of your neighbors don't want to be cool with you, like, you know what I'm saying? You saw Guam got in line and Puerto Rico said, yeah, we'll fuck with y'all. That's why the whole Bad Bunny thing went down for the Super Bowl. Y'all, I know a lot of people are mad, like, man, that Puerto Rican shit, all that, man. But here's what's going on. Puerto Rico, they bowed down. They was like, man, look, we need that protection. And just for the record, I didn't know this. My daughter told me this today at the game, that Bad Bunny was the #1 viewed Spotify artist. I didn't know about Spotify. But yeah, it wasn't a joke. Like, this dude's huge. I don't know nothing about Bad Bunny, but my point is that PR is actually a state of the United States now. So that whole introduction was like America trying to say, like, look, this is a new America, a new Super Bowl, and so y'all better get used to this shit, because we about to be acquiring states and other places and islands, and we might have artists from those places to build revenue, and so. This is where we at as a country, man. Once you put your hands in so many things, man, you can't get your hands up out of there. You got to start, you got to back up what you talk about, man. You know what I'm saying? And then to me, I think that's where we're at right now. And I think right now we're paranoid because we don't really have a good leader. Like I said, anybody watching this, I'm not anti-Trump, or I stopped voting. I don't even fuck with presidents. They all full of shit. But this dude ain't really this one. Like, I'm a realist to the core, but this don't make no sense. Like, I never like fucking with Middle East countries when it comes to like boots on the ground. You know, if you're gonna do your thing, do your thing. But they gotta send something here first before I go fuck with them. Because if you fuck with them before them send something, if you fuck with them before they fuck with us, they already got people here. That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand that. How are you gonna beat somebody when they got people in your home country? Come on, man. Iran was the one that was making the IEDs for the Iraqis. The king got improvised explosive devices. I mean, this is crazy. We fucking with the wrong motherfuckers. They can blend in. I don't even people even know what an Iranian person look like. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, man. Oh, who's this, man? Look at what's going on, man. Oh yeah, well, what's good? What's up, twins? Oh yeah, everybody up in here. But yeah, man, I just I don't understand why people don't understand like global politics, man. Like pull out a map and look at it. Look where Israel's at, and look, man, Iran. I don't know if people even realize this. Iran as a country is bigger than Texas. Is bigger than Alaska. A lot of people don't even notice Alaska got more land than any. There's land that a human ain't even walked on in Alaska, and Iran's bigger than that, and more mountainous. Now it's not bigger than the whole country of America, but it's bigger than Texas and it's bigger than Alaska. And if that don't make you kind of nervous, that if you're going to send some troops into the ground, then you ain't really a smart person, because I wouldn't fuck with no country that got mountains and regions that can get frigid temperatures, cold wind, desert, and it's larger than Alaska. Alaska? Come on, man. My son did basic training in Alaska, Fairbanks. Come on, he's stationed out there for 2.5 years. He told me, Dad, I ain't never seen so much open land in his life. And Iran is all mountainous. So the mountain division can go out there. That means that's my son division, airborne mountain. They don't go out there, and that way. So we ain't cool with that at all. We ain't cool with this one. Oh yeah, I'm feeling good right now for sure. I tell you, man, I got that road trip, and I had some crawfish egg rolls because you know it's crawfish season. Crawfish. Oh yeah, let me y'all know right now. It's crawfish season right now in New Orleans, man. Let me tell you right now, I hit a spot today that had you about to leave?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm over here doing live. You want to say hi to the people? Oh, my daughter's about to leave. Hold on for a second. Love you.
Love you too.
Yeah.
I might stop by tomorrow, depending how busy I end up being.
Oh, okay.
Love you.
I love you too. Okay.
See ya.
Yep. That's my baby. Yeah. So she about to leave. But yeah, man, I had this spot today at crawfish egg rolls up. Man, them motherfuckers was hitting. And then we had the what they had the boudin egg rolls up in Alexandria. It was like a little. I don't know if you guys ever been to Alexandria, Louisiana. It ain't shit up in that motherfucker. It's a little small little town. Respect to the people though, for sure. But little small, little small, very budget, little ain't much there. How about that? But anyway, it was a little market that had like a little crawfish boiler area. But the crawfish wasn't ready, but the grease was hot. Dude said he said, yeah, the water ain't hot yet, baby, but the grease hot though. We got the egg rolls. I was like, well, yeah, let's get the egg rolls going. Man, them motherfuckers was hitting, boy. Them crawfish egg rolls. Whew, them motherfuckers was on point. The boudin egg rolls was all right. I just like boudin by itself. Oh, shout out to you being a loving dad. Oh, yeah. You got my sub for that. Well, I mean, whatever. I mean, I appreciate the sub, but I love my kids for sure. Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. In case you missed, my daughter plays softball at Xavier. And she hit 2 change-ups, got 2 hits in one game. The pitcher was trying to strike her out with the change-up because they don't throw fastballs to my daughter. So, because if you watch my kid, she destroys fastballs like any other player does, but she's been working on that changeup, and now she's getting the changeup going. So now they don't pitch to her. She gets a lot of walks now. It kind of sucks. They don't intentionally walk her, but they don't really be giving her no good pitches. So fresh beer. Oh yeah, for sure, man. Fresh beer. But man, let me touch on something else, man, real quick, man. With what I saw up in the rural towns, what I saw is this: there's a lot of people working. Like there's cement factories, rice granaries, and just industry. Like men working, right? So just being honest with you, so the women are probably working too, because this is a new America. Them days that barefoot and pregnant at home, just taking care of the babies and cooking dinner, all that shit don't exist. But in the South, it still does exist. So a lot of these motherfucking people that live in these rural, like little country areas, they their houses are being maintained by women and children and caregivers and housekeepers and stuff like that. And they making runs to Walmart and going to the Dollar General and all this little stuff. We talking about rural America, man. And we ain't talking about no rich ass people and living in Beverly Hills and Rodeo Drive, Fifth Avenue. No, we talking about real American people. I remember when I went to West Virginia, man, for a recruiting trip, and when I was trying to get a basketball deal, and went to University of West Virginia. What was that little fucked up town? Was it Blacksburg? No, not Blacksburg. Morgantown, West Virginia. The Mountaineers. Man, I didn't know West Virginia was so mountainous and country and poor. I was like, hell no, I ain't want to go play hoop in here. Fuck that shit, man. That turned me completely off, man. I was like, and so this town today I went through, it made me flash back. It was like a whole little area with like railroad workers and all that stuff, and just people just working. And I'm thinking like a few houses scattered in between. I'm thinking like, man, there's some shit popped off right now. Man, most of them houses are gonna have women in it in broad daylight. Now they might be able to operate a firearm. I'm not saying that, but they won't be able to deal with no foreign invasion, man. Like I'm saying, and that's what the part I'm gonna do a whole video on this, because there's no way, in my personal opinion, that urban America will be able to combat foreign invaders because they won't be united. But rural America will be easily taken out if they don't have men around. And so what I'm saying is that what I noticed about these foreign nationalists, when they come over, they don't have no babies in their hands. People looking for asylum. And I had a video that I did when I was in San Diego, when these people were coming in for asylum. He said, asylum. I kept hearing this word, asylum. So I Googled like asylum, and I went YouTube asylum. When I was watching the asylum videos, I was like, what the fuck? All these motherfuckers coming through here, they ain't even got no kids in their hand. No women, no nothing. Where's all the women? Where's the children at? It was dudes between like 18 and like 40. Not looking hungry, starving at all. Motherfuckers, some of them had AirPods in with the white cord, the old Apple with the white cord, you know what I'm saying? The old Apple ones, you know what I'm saying? I'm tripping, but I'm just saying, man, this shit is real, man. I'm telling you, they're coming empty-handed, backpacks. Nigga got regular ass backpacks, hoodies on and shit, Jordan shoes on. I'm like, well, wait a minute. You don't look like you asylum. I thought asylum was like starving and scrawny and skinny, and you had a baby in your arm. It's like, get me away from this tyrannous country. Man, this shit is all fucking smoke, bro. These motherfuckers come over they're planted, man. I'm telling you. And so all they got to do, hit the button, boom, and then activate. And then all these dumbass Americans who are anti-guns that don't want to be armed. And why you need that? Just go to the store. Well, you're going to find out real quick why you need that. And everybody going to find out real quick why you need that to go to the store in a minute. I ain't going to have to figure it out. But it's a lot of people, even on this road trip, man, shit. Man, you crazy. I bought the Z-Pap. Man, I bought the Z-Pap and my Glock 43 and my Glock 19. I had 3 pistols, man. I had 2 pistols and a Z-Pap. Man, my wife was like, man, you look really calm. I said, yeah, because there's a couple things back there. I'm not fucking around from right now. High alert. Shout out to James Walker, his original channel. High alert. Man, it's high alert right now. I mean, you just don't know. You go into a Walmart, that's a great target right now. Everything's a target right now. Everything's an outstanding target for a foreign group, because they're not going to try to go door to door. No, I don't think that. But I think if they're going to try to take over the country, they're going to start rural outward. They're not gonna try to go urban. No, because the reason why you got too many fools in the city. Anybody that ever live in a huge city, they know what I'm talking about. Man, you know how hard it would be for you to go door to door in a hood, in a big inner city. First of all, the first place that you attack, it's gonna spread like wildfire. Because and one thing about inner cities, man, news travel way fast. But in the sticks, you might not hear shit. Man, you gonna go into a New York subway and try some shit and then watch how fast that shit spread all the way. It gets all the way to DC in 13 seconds. It's like the instant is already at DC. It's in the capital. Or go into the Bay Area and try some shit in San Francisco. It's gonna be on the president's desk in 13 seconds. But if you were where I was at this morning in Pineville, Louisiana, you could probably take over that whole town and ain't nobody gonna know shit. And especially if you take out the Wi-Fi and all the power and everything. And that's what these guys do. These new modern age foreign and nationalists. They gonna tap into your network. They gonna take out all your power. Boom. First you're gonna be like, oh man, you got Wi-Fi? Everybody on TikTok. Man, I ain't got Wi-Fi. Man, my TikTok went down. My YouTube went down. Ain't nobody tripping off like the fact that y'all about to have a bunch of cats running in here with some AKs, but y'all worried about that you can't get on TikTok. So now everybody complaining about TikTok, calling YouTube and AT&T and T-Mobile and all this shit. But the whole reality is you're about to be invaded. That's your first sign. Your Wi-Fi went down. Next, power. Whoa. Now everybody calling the power company. Still ain't nobody convinced because this is America. Nobody believes it's going to happen to us. They always just want to watch it on CNN and smile and laugh and say, man, that's fucked up what's happening. Yeah, well, watch out. It might be coming to a door near you because now all these things, these little habits and your little isms that you've been leaning on could come back and bite you in your fucking ass. Wi-Fi down, power went out. Damn, the water don't even work. You don't even realize they gonna hit all this at one time. And then bam, on top of your head. And then who gonna have choppers? Who gonna have ARs? Who gonna have shotguns? Who gonna have all this stuff? And even if they get you, did you go down fighting? Did you go down prepared? Were you ready? Did you give it your best effort? Did they scrape your shit off the fucking floor and say that motherfucker went down fighting? Or did you go in the closet like a bitch and talk about calling 911? See, that's gonna be the difference right there. That's what I see. I saw that today played out in that whole drive. I was like, wow, this is crazy. Cute little small town. Yeah, it's cute now. But I don't want to live around nobody. I don't want to be around a whole bunch of people. Okay, keep that same energy because people in an inner city, one thing they got is numbers. So at least if they can get a handful of people with choppers, they can at least kind of like get it back on the right side. But they might not win, but they still gonna have a better chance, and they gonna have more resources, more water, more ammo, more everything. But the problem is they ain't gonna come boots on the ground in the urban area. See, the urban area, the problem with the urban cities and in the inner cities is they gonna strike you with missiles. Because they know they ain't gonna be able to fuck with. They gonna blow all the big cities up. They'll blow all the big cities up because they don't want to deal with the population with guns. So, and then they'll just go. That's why I'm saying they're gonna go inside into the small towns and then blow up the big cities and then come in because all of them gonna be there. But they already here. We already got motherfuckers running burrito shops and all this stuff that's already here, fronting, acting like they're running a small business, running this little fucking nail shop over here for all these years, and the whole time this motherfucker been working for the Viet Cong Communist Party the whole time, and you don't even know it, because Russia has way more allies than America. Anybody challenge me on that? I'll say it again. The communist parties have way more allies. The U.S. have allies only for sovereign nations, people who are pussies. We don't have the bullies on our side. We got the pussies on our side. You see what I'm saying? We got all the countries that can't defend themselves. Russia and China got all the motherfuckers that got nukes. that got motherfuckers that believe in some crazy ass shit that would have no problem taking us off the face of the fucking planet. So y'all need to wake the fuck up and start understanding where you're at and stop acting like you don't like America. Because if you don't, get the fuck up out of here. Because it ain't for you. Because we got the biggest fucking target on our back. For real. I'm just being honest with you. Me and my son had a huge talk, and he totally agreed with me. We got the biggest X in our back. But we got everybody here complaining every fucking day about our country, and all they do is gain intel. Why do you think they put AI inside of our phones? Why they put AI inside of our network? Because American people drive the whole narrative of how global geopolitics work. And so what they found out is that American people don't like their own fucking country. That's a sad thing. That's why I might get struck. My channel might get took down. You know what I'm saying? They just took my boy New York Tactical shit down. Because I don't give a shit, to be honest with you. You take my shit down, I'm still gonna do my thing. You just won't hear from me no more. But it ain't gonna change my life and what I feel and what I think. I just want to come in because I saw some shit, heard some shit today, and it really kind of like, I was like, well, you know what? I kind of like been tripping. Like, you know what? Motherfuckers really ain't American up in this country no more, man. There ain't that many motherfucking really Americans. There's a lot of people live in America that claim citizenship. Oh, my kid go to UCLA, my kid go to Princeton, but are they American? Fuck no. And that's the fucking problem. What we got going on in the comment box? As they complain about the country, the government, do they like the country or the government? I'm looking to move out of America. Where you gonna go? Shit, I can't. This is my home. I can't go nowhere. Hell, fuck. No, I could. No, I ain't gonna say I can't. I can do whatever the fuck I want. But there's nowhere I would rather be than to be in America. That's me personally. That's just as me. Because I spend so much time. This is my life. This is my family. You know. So no, I got grandkids here and all that kind of stuff. So no, I'm gonna. This is it. This is gonna be my resting soil. But I've been out the country, so I have a better perspective. Some people have never left the country. That's why I try to tell young people, go see the world. My oldest daughter been in 7 countries. My other daughter been in 3, 4 countries. So a lot of my kids been out the country. And we took our kids out the country, Mexico. So our kids seen, and they came back and go, oh, yeah, you right, Dad. America's cool. Hell fucking yeah. Until you leave this motherfucker, you'll be like, whoa, wait a minute. Shit, let me get my ass back to Hayward, California. Let me get my ass back to, you know what I'm saying? Whatever little fucked up town you thought was terrible, you gonna love that shit once you leave here. Nah, man, no, shit. I'm down here in the New Orleans area, and let me tell you right now, it ain't nothing like being around some people that love where they live. One thing about people who live in New Orleans, they love New Orleans. They have no desire to leave this area or this region, and they're proud of it, and they're willing to die here. And that's that's one thing the South, I will give the South region, is that the people who live in the South kind of don't want to have no reason to move. They don't really, you got to make them move. They have no desire to move. People who live on the edges, the East Coast and the West Coast, you know, we like it because of first of all, we like it because of better pay, better opportunities, better rights for, you know, if you want to be different, so to speak. I'll leave it right there. But you still trying to find a place that once you make your money, you want to say, oh, I want to get up out of here. But one thing about the South, money or not, motherfuckers in the South they're not leaving. There's people I already know. I got relatives that have been here their whole life, and they ain't never ever gonna move out of Louisiana, Mississippi. I got relatives. I'm naming states that I have relatives in: Mississippi, Arkansas, Texas. They're never gonna leave ever. They'll go visit, yeah, but they're never gonna leave. You can tell them like, oh man, a tree gonna fall on your house in 5 years. They go, well, it's gonna have to hit me on my head. they just love Texas or they love Mississippi. They're not gonna leave, man. And so that's one of the reasons why I like it down here. To be honest with you, now I'm torn because I want to get back to Cali because I want to be around my grandkids and watch them play softball and stuff like that. But yeah, man, you know, it's nice to be around people that really love the country. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep it real. When you live around people who love America, Yeah, man, it's a different feeling. In California, you don't really get that feeling that much. You have to be in a certain area, a country or area in California, maybe, northern part, possibly, or the southern part. Like in San Diego, there's a lot of true Americans down there because there's a lot of military, the Navy SEALs, and all that stuff. But yeah, man, most of the country, man, a lot of motherfuckers don't really. Man, they ain't got no loyalty to the soil, and they born here. So you got to figure the foreign nationalists, they watching this shit. They like, well, wait a minute, these motherfuckers only love their own country. This might be an easy takeover. They might be able to throw a few dollars at a couple cats. Yeah, man. Anybody? How many people we got still up here, man? Am I done or what's going on? Oh, Gavin Newsome. Man, Gavin ain't though. Man, look, governors don't really. They just pushing some shit that's being pushed from D.C. 22 people. Okay, Dr. T. I see you, Dr. T. Okay, yeah. Amish, Pennsylvania, real workers. Amish people. Man, let me tell you right now. Amish is one of the largest little small group of people that are on welfare in America. A lot of them motherfuckers don't got no job skills and no work. They job skills is only for them to build and carpenter and do different things. But there's a whole expose on the Amish community. A lot of them are very illiterate, uh, all on welfare, a lot of federal aid. They're very like different. Like they don't like people. A lot of different little things. I don't got no comment on them, but I know for a fact they are a lot of them on welfare. I know that for a fact. Oh, you still here? Yeah, man. I ain't got time for no Amish stuff, man. You ain't got time for that shit. The motherfuckers, are they gonna fight for us? Are they gonna pick up an AR? If you ain't picking up an AR, then I ain't got time to hear all that shit. I'm not trying to offend nobody group, but don't come talking no Amish shit because they don't even got taxes and shit. Motherfuckers over here just mooching off everybody and get and very opinionated, but using taxpayers' money to feed their babies though. So let's just move on for that one. You just bought a Draco? Who is this? Sean Breezy 23? I like that. First of all, I like the Sean underscore Breezy 20. Man, hey, what size you get on that Draco? Oh, let me tell y'all something real quick. Uh, Lafayette, Louisiana. If you ever come down to Louisiana, I'm gonna be real with you. Now, New Orleans got some good restaurants for sure. Now one thing I will say about New Orleans, be honest with you, man, I'm kind of disappointed about the red beans and rice in the restaurants. And I know James Walker, he may not be on his feed, but he gonna get mad. But I ain't really particularly proud of y'all red beans and rice in the city of New Orleans, unless you gonna send me, unless you gonna send me to a actual good red beans and rice spot. I'm finding out y'all using canned beans in the quarter. Okay, Blue Runner. Now anybody can look this up. The Blue Runner brand in the quarter is being used at a lot of restaurants, and I'm not really happy about that because, I thought on Mondays, and if anybody don't know, Mondays going back to the plantation days when our folks were in political hostages working for them folks. On Mondays, red beans and rice was on Mondays, and that was laundry day and that was red beans and rice day. And those beans was soaked on Sunday. And then with the pork fat and everything in there. And James Walker, you know what I'm saying? Bro, we can't be opening no fucking cans of beans and saying that these are the best red beans and rice. And my mama used to make red beans and rice, and I know how to make red beans and rice. And we soaked our beans overnight, get them things nice and soft and tender. And so y'all trying to tell me I go into a couple of restaurants in the quarter and I call out a couple of chefs and they go like, oh man, Brown, man, you right. Yeah, we using Blue Runner. And I'm like, man, wait a minute, are y'all gonna be using this canned beans? And y'all claim y'all got the best red beans and rice. He said, man, well, we stopped making red beans and rice like 5 years ago. I'm like, what? He's like, no, man. And most of the restaurants in the quarter are being ran by Cisco Foods. So you wait a minute. Y'all mean to tell me y'all ain't even really making this shit from scratch no more? He said, we stopped doing that shit a long time ago. We stopped after Katrina. But he said, but this restaurant stopped before Katrina. So everything's not blamed on Katrina. And so I'm just saying, man, I mean, if you ain't doing red beans and rice from scratch, man, I don't want your beans, man. I don't want no canned beans, man. Blue Runner. Man, I was so disappointed when I heard that shit. That shit pissed me off. I noticed there's a lot of people where I stay in Salem, Oregon, that they really love America. I'm Chicano, and my family is old school and love America, but I do see a lot of traitors there as well. Well, yeah, man, you know. I mean, you know, who's that? Armed and Ready Citizen. Y'all hear you, bro? What? Canned beans? That's it? I'm calling my, my Congress rep. Right. For real though. But let me get back to Arms and Citizen, man. But yeah, Arms, man, I ain't mad, man. Because, like, I mean, what I'm saying, if you came from another country and you came here for all these things, right? I'm not saying dump where you from. I'm not mad at people who still got their flag. But when I'm driving around in America, the one thing I do notice that you will see people with a Mexican flag, Canadian flag, Italian flag, Chinese flag, all this little shit, or little stickers or little emblems or whatever, right? And then if a person has an American flag just waving on their car, they say, "Oh, he's a Trumpster." How did the American flag get hijacked to being a Trumpster? The American flag was the American flag before Trump ever became a president or was ever born, for that matter. That's the part that pisses me off with the American flag. Now it seems like it's almost only related to Trump. So if you have a flag in your front yard, whatever, well, if you got a flag on your car, oh, he's a Trumpster, he's a Trumpster. No, motherfucker, I'm an American. What the fuck? Fuck a Donald Trump. I'm a fucking American first. And even if I was a Trumpster, the flag don't represent fucking Donald Trump. That motherfucker's German. I mean, his parents are, but he ain't foundational. He's not a foundational white American. That motherfucking parents was born in Germany. And these motherfuckers running around here acting like he some holy American. Motherfucker ain't born in Lexington, Kentucky. He ain't born in Rolla, Missouri. He ain't born in Tyler, Texas. He ain't born in the heartland. That man ain't from Topeka, Kansas. He ain't from Lincoln, Nebraska. He ain't from Newport News, Virginia. The motherfucker ain't nowhere. None of his people are born all in these foundational cities. So we need to quit that bullshit saying a flag is Trump. How is a fucking flag is Trump? And it's been the country 1776. Do the fucking math. Come on, man. That's the part that I don't like. So we need to stop equating presidents to the flag. Because I guarantee you, when Barack was in office, ain't nobody say, "Oh, you a Baraka." Oh, you all, if you had a flag, I guarantee you nobody said you was a Osama bin Laden or you was a Barack Obama fan. You know what I'm saying? So like, when did that become a thing? So America eats each other up. We are eating each other alive on some bullshit, on some petty ass shit, on some punk ass shit that's being pushed by social media, and everybody's buying into the shit. But guess who ain't buying into it? The motherfuckers who don't like you. They are not buying into it, and they sitting back laughing, plotting, getting ready for the takeover, and getting funded too. Your ass, your hate, your ignorant hate don't even pay you. So if you're watching this and you hate me, you ain't even getting paid for it. But the person that hate you is getting paid to hate you and plotting to take your ass out. And so you focusing on hating me for no pay, and somebody's focusing on you and getting paid. Think about how dumb your ass is. This is fucking crazy. You hate on Americans. This is fucking unbelievable. Don't even like your own fucking country. But you sitting here watching ESPN, cable, Netflix, enjoying all the fruit of the labors, going to Starbucks every morning, Dunkin' Donuts, fucking buying gas, but you're gonna sit here and talk shit about your own fucking country. Fucking piece of shit motherfuckers, man. This is why this country's where it's at. All the bullshit that went down, Rodney King and Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, a lot of my favorite heroes got took out. I still never hated the country. I still never hated gun control. I still never hated against a person that wanted to slang dope. If you want to slang dope, go for it. If a motherfucker gonna buy it, that ain't my problem. You can't make nobody buy no dope. So I ain't never had a problem against drug dealers. Shit. I just didn't like people that kill people that had nothing to do with what you was doing, or women or children and stuff like that. Ignorant shit. But for the most part, man, get it how you get it. But to just hate people just because you going to hate somebody, and then hate your own country members, people who are actually Americans, and then all of a sudden now 2026, you want everybody to be concerned about your issues. Like I had a homie call me, said, man, bro, I don't see you saying nothing about the ICE thing, man. What's your take on the ICE thing? I said, ain't my problem. And he got mad at me. It was one of the homies I went to high school with. I was like, man, if I called me out the blue, I said, well, I ain't talked to you in a minute, but he's like, man, what do you think about ICE, man? Because I know, you don't like the police doing stuff that's wrong to people. I said, what are you talking about? He said, ICE. I said, ICE what? Nigga, Ice Tea, nigga, or Ice Cube? What are you talking about? He's like, no, man. He said, why you being fine? I said, no, I'm just saying, ICE what? Nigga, I don't know what you talking about. And then so he go, oh, man, like with the ICE agents, like messing with all the Spanish people and all that kind of stuff. I said, man, I don't know. I said, well, bro, I mean, what are you saying? Like, I don't understand. I don't really follow this stuff. He said, man, what do you mean you don't follow it? You get all in my testy and shit. I'm like, test, man, look, man, listen, that ain't my issue. I say, do you got your paperwork? You got your green card? Oh man, it ain't about that, man. They already know we been here. I know where you from. Where you born? Man, I was born in Oakland. I said, I know you was born in California. But where was your parents born? Oh, my mom was born in Jalisco, Mexico. My dad was born in Chihuahua. Well, that don't sound like America, motherfucker. Do they got their green cards? Oh no, man, but they already, my mom. I was like, whoa, you got all testy and shit, man. Man, I was like, man, look, that ain't my fight. Where was your ass at when Rodney King was getting beat down by 13 fucking cops, nigga? You weren't, yeah, I don't remember you calling me up at all. Where was you at when we went to the Greek Theater at UC Berkeley campus and smoked a whole bunch of weed and drank 40s because we were all mad and we called everybody up and you were nowhere, you didn't come? Oh man, I told you that day it was my niece Kinciera. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about no Kinciera. Nigga, Rodney King has got beat down by 13 cops. We ready to go tear some shit up. Let's go do something. You didn't roll out then. So don't be calling me on no ICE shit, nigga. ICE my ass, nigga. ICE these nuts, nigga. I don't give a fuck. And we fell out and all that kind of shit. But we cool now. But I'm just saying. But my point is that I don't jump in nobody fight. That ain't my fight. Shit, I was at Home Depot the day the whole ICE thing broke out, and ain't no ICE. I walked right by the ICE agent, fist pump, boom. Hey, what up, homie? Cool. Nigga, I felt like I was in the starting lineup, nigga, at the NBA All-Star game. Like, had my hand high fiving motherfuckers coming through there. Shit, I don't give a fuck. I mean, I care, but they knew I wasn't no illegal. That's one thing about ICE. They don't fuck with brothers. They know we are not illegal. Now, them African, Somalian cats and all them dudes from Senegal and all them dudes, oh yeah, they might stop them a little bit because they might have to have paperwork, but they ain't fucking with no U.S. born brothers. They know, most white people in America, just for the record, know black foundational Americans. They know, like I ain't even got to say nothing. Most white people look at me and go like, oh, he's from America. Any immigration agent would look at me and go like, oh, well, anybody who's really black American, we don't have to never ever deal with no immigration. We ain't even really have a ID. Oh, they only want the IDs to know where you live, but they know you American. We don't have to never get involved with immigration. You know what I'm saying? A lot of white cats gonna get caught up because there's a lot of white dudes that look like they European and all that little shit. Y'all might get caught up, but not the Midwest white boys, the redheads and the freckle-faced white boys and all the motherfuckers that missing teeth and shit and look crazy. No, them motherfuckers ain't got to fuck with nothing either. But don't, you little metrosexual white dudes, y'all might get caught up. But brothers though, hell no. Like, all the rappers are going to pass immigration. Everybody, all the thugs, or whatever y'all want to call us, we all pass immigration super easily. Because they know most of them, even the way we talk to you, you're going to know like, oh yeah, he ain't Oh yeah, no. That motherfucker ain't from Nepal. You know what I'm saying? No, it's gonna be easy. You can get through immigration easy. They just want to make sure you verify you clear. Oh yeah, Armin said, yeah, man, yeah, for sure, man. What's going on here? Tell you are a spoiled brat and take for granted freedom that was preserved for you. Better, braver man, right? Right. Oh yeah. Speaking of weed, about time for those THC gummies. For sure. Hey man, but look, man, I'm just saying, man, I had to jump on, man, because I got mad, man. I went to that little farm town. I didn't like it when I heard that, like, he was saying, like, man, people ain't American. Don't, man. That's shit, man. All right, that's scary, man. So I might have to work on my 308 and get that going good, and cause I'm not gonna be sitting back waiting. No, man. If any knock at the door, any unexpected boom, 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 it's gonna be boom, boom, boom back. Because this is a really intense time right now. Because I don't think people realize that a lot of these cats is already over here. Snoop Dogg types, damn cool. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be rough, man. It's gonna be rough because I just don't think we can really handle boots on the ground, man. I don't know. I think we can handle like holding down our house and all that kind of stuff, but man, I don't think a lot of cats really gonna knuckle up for the country. They gonna knuckle up for their own little block, whatever. But if your block already got foreign nationalists, you done. Hold on, man. Y'all see my pool, man? My lights fell down. Hold on. Damn, I gotta use the bathroom. Shit. Okay, I'm back, man. I'm back. Okay, what's going on? Oh, I'm back, man. But man, look, man. I need y'all opinion, man. Look, so check this out. I'm thinking about buying some land and then buying like a trailer, a real nice one. You know what I'm saying, that you can put on your truck, drag it, hook it up, and then because here's my thing. At this point, man, if you got a home like I got, and then like some shit pop off, you lose everything, right? It seemed like it'd be smarter to just own land and have a trailer and have a truck that you can pull and drop the trailer off, boom, boom, protect it, secure it, because this shit ain't working out. But and plus, this is my age. But if like I said, like it's all be depending on how old you are. I ain't really trying to fuck with this shit no more, man. Because this is what's scary to me, man. Is a lot of people don't like our country that live here, that was born here, that motherfuckers that played high school football here, they mama and daddy grew up and lived here. They don't even give a fuck about the country. And you got motherfuckers over here that come over here. Man, I knew a motherfucker that was here for like 4 years, learned the whole language, and speak the shit better than people I know that been here their whole life. And they still like down for China. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy, man. Like, I don't know if that's scary. If that's scary to you, if you young, this got to be scary hearing it come from me, because I ain't really fear mongering. I'm just telling you, man. It's a lot of people in America that ain't American, And if you watch all of our sports and stuff and everything we do music wise, they already catering to all the other country people because they know we ain't generating that energy no more. Like, to be honest with you, like if you look at it like Beyonce, Taylor Swift, uh, other than that, it ain't they the rest is all like trash music and hoochie moochie. Globally we're not killing it like we used to kill it. America used to be dominant in the Olympics, everything, just killing it like the beast, the dog on the block. Well, they ain't happening no more. Nobody fear us no more. We getting tested on every angle because all the motherfuckers in DC is selling us out. Look at Virginia. Look at many now. Hey, shout out to the alert zone. Look at Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit going on right now, man. The alert zone was onto some shit, man. That political football is a motherfucker. That shit's rugby. He called it football. I call that shit rugby. That political rugby, because that ball's being tossed. As soon as you get tackled and they both hit the ground, they flip that motherfucker to somebody behind them, and they're not going to touch none of these issues because they know they've been so dirty for so long to so many people. There's so many people who can look into the mirror and go like, man, the federal government fucked me over, man. My grandfather fought 2 wars for this country and they denied his pension. He lost his leg. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's a tough pill to swallow. My mama worked for the school lunchroom for 33 years, and then she, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's too many testimonies of American people being screwed over by the American system, and these motherfucking terrorists and all these other people from other countries with other interests. They know all these stories because they were sitting right there working next to us, but they weren't really born here. So they were just like, okay, well, I'm still getting more than I would get if I was in Iran, or if I was in Tijuana. I was in Tijuana, I'll be getting 30 cents an hour. Shit, I'm over here in San Diego getting $7.75 an hour, and hearing your stories about you getting $16.50 an hour. You see what I'm saying? There's people that are hearing our stories, and they're like, I'll take your spot. I would take your demise. I would take your downfall, because back in my country, I get less. I don't have these opportunities. I'm a woman. How about that? I can't even speak out in my home country. But here in America, I can call you an asshole and you're a male and you're a boss. But if I was in India, I would probably get my fucking breast chopped off. That's how brutal other countries are. And I know it's kind of getting glory and all, but I'm just saying a lot of people don't have rights that we have in this country, but they sit here and talk shit about the fucking country that give them the rights. And that's why you will never hear me talk shit about, oh, I don't hate America. No, I might say I don't like my politicians. I might not like this. I might not like that. But I ain't going to never say that I can do better in another country. Man, that's just crazy to me, man. But if you don't like it so much, get the fuck out of here. How about that? That's what I would like. Everybody who don't want to be in America, please leave so we can weed all you motherfuckers out of here, and then we'll find out who are the real Americans. Because right now, I'm not feeling it right now. I'm looking side-eye at a lot of people running around here acting like they're American, and they're really not, you know? So, man, look, man, it's absolutely out of control, and it's only getting worse. And then, you know, you see now he's scrambling. He fired Tulsi Gabbard, and then he's firing all his people that he thought had his back and all this kind of shit. DC is so full of shit. And just for the record, most of DC is a bunch of fucking homosexuals and fucking sex fiends, and they don't want to drive all this weird ass shit because none of those people are fucking normal, man. They all kiss each other ass. So we got to understand the people have to get united. I didn't want to get all heated up, but I just want to be honest with you. Be down with people, not AI, not with politicians, not with all it. Be down for those kids out there in the military. Be down for the people who are doing the right thing. Be down for the school teachers. Be down for the school bus driver, the postal worker, everybody who you know is doing it the right way. Show them fucking love, man. If it's Christmas, man, me and my wife, we were just talking about this. For 20 fucking years, we gave our postal worker $100 when, you know what I'm saying? We made sure we caught them. We didn't just get handed in the mailbox, but we'll say, hey, yeah, a Merry Christmas, and give them a card, and they will be like, oh, thank you. We be nice to Americans, man. Be nice to motherfuckers in America that do shit for you. Stop being so fucking cheap and stingy. God damn, man. Was it that fucking hard? Somebody that does a service for you, your lawn guy, he comes cut your grass, and you always asking like, can I pay you next week? Why? Pay the motherfuckers money, man. Stop being cheap. People they're American, you know, unless they not. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't hire nobody that's not American. I don't discriminate, but I ain't gonna hire nobody that's not American. But I'm not gonna hire somebody that's American that's a fucking crackhead or a loser or somebody that ain't gonna do the job right. But I'm definitely gonna seek out a young kid or somebody, you know, like the guy do our yarn is a one young white kid. You know, he got a newborn baby. My wife buys him cool stuff, and he's a good, solid kid. Yeah, I had a brother that was doing it. But his ass didn't show up no more, so I had to let him go. Nigga, I don't give a fuck shit. I don't give a fuck what color you are. But I'm fucking with somebody American. And the young white kid, he do an immaculate job, do everything right. Got a young baby and everything. So we hook him up and stuff like that. So like, yeah, man, I try to really spend my money with people that really are American, man. I really love this country. It's done a lot. All my kids are successful in this country. I'm successful. This country allowed me an opportunity to be who I am. I don't give a fuck. And I ain't never gonna turn my back on this country. And I'm never gonna be quiet about a bunch of fucking cowards that are hiding behind the U.S. flag when they want to use it, but then they ain't really behind it when we need them to be behind the flag, if that makes any sense. Oh yeah, you can't do that. I know my rights. What are your rights? Tell me your rights. Explain your rights. Fuck that shit. A lot of motherfuckers want to say my rights, and they don't even fucking give a shit about the country. You don't have no fucking rights because you ain't really down for this shit, man. And here we are now in a motherfucking war, and you got people talking about, that's stupid. Well, it is stupid. But since we in it, we need to pay attention to it now. And I ain't gonna watch it. I don't want to hear about that. What do you mean you want to hear about it? It shouldn't be no sports on TV. It should be only the Iran war, so it can be pounded into our kids' heads. The little kids need to understand that we just created another generation of 9, 10, 12, 13-year-old kids that's going to hate our fucking country for what we did. And they need to understand that, regardless if it's going to hurt their feelings. They need to understand these people may not like you. So when you get 35, 36, 37, 40, 50 years there, and then all of a sudden you hear Iran again, don't be fucking shocked. Why? Because you know why? When we kill all their grandparents in 2026, those kids still grew up. And they still went to college. And guess where they probably wanted to go to college? At motherfucking Michigan or UCLA or LSU. And they didn't go there just because they want to go there. They want to go there to be close to American culture so they can figure out what makes you tick. You see what I'm saying? Man, these motherfuckers playing chess. We playing checkers. We bullshitting over here. We over here bullshitting, and they over there playing real war games. You know what I'm saying? This is really scary fucking times if you really think about it. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's more scary than ever before, but it should be a moment to pause and say like, man, what's going on? You know, well, like, what's going on? Let's look at our leadership. Like, what we got going on? We don't got a lot going on. Let's look at the American public. Not a lot of concern. A lot of people going on with their daily lives. A lot of people didn't do a live like I did, like I'm doing right now, and let it off their chest, drink a few beers, express themselves. A lot of people gonna go to sleep with this shit on their chest, and they're gonna go to sleep with this shit on their head, and they're gonna get up in the morning, and they're gonna go right through the same little walk their little fake the little game, and they ain't gonna talk to nobody about how they feel. And if you multiply that by 330 million Americans, but we all know that 330 million, a lot of them ain't Americans. A lot of them just live in America. So now when you dwindle it down, how many people really care about the country? Now because DC don't care about the country. They care about only their constituents and all their friends and allies and people they can make money with. So who really cares about the country and who cares about your neighbor? And that's where I'm like, man, look, we might have to cash out our house, all this shit, get a little trailer, go buy some land in several states, and be able to just go drive our trailer on and park it on land. Because to own a home right now, there's no really, how do you say, stability you could have a home on land, that's fine, but you need mobile home on land. You need a trailer, a fifth wheel, something nice to where you can at least sleep 3, 4, 5 people and be mobile and pull your house wherever you got to go in this country, because you never know what area they might sell out and let get hit. And then if you don't have a home, you're homeless, you know. And if you don't have gear and you don't got firearms, and you don't have like water purifiers and things like this could. I don't know why people don't think this could happen. It's still people in America think like, oh, we'll never be bombed. We've never. Well, you can keep saying we never and we have not, but you are gonna really get a rude awakening pretty soon, because I don't think the rest of the countries that hate us is really that nervous about attacking us, because they don't have to worry about sending people over because they already here. They could pile up around a certain area and just take over this town, take over this county, take over that, and then they can use geopolitics to say to the local government, say, the president said shut down, the sheriff said don't touch us, and then you'd be like, wait a minute, they just killed 12 Americans, and they're not going to attack that farm? Well, the sheriff said, the governor said to do not, Landry said don't touch them. We're waiting from POTUS to give us more information on how we can attack this moment. And then you be sitting there mad watching this shit play out on CNN, because they're going to still run it, because they're going to still make their dollars, their currency. And then when the currency shut down, then it goes back to gold, silver, cattle, land. And then when all that shuts down, they're going to go activate their Bitcoin and all their digital currency, which the Russians have already proven that they can run and they can manipulate. And then you're going to be really mad when you find out like digital currencies are really a thing. It's just not a thing in America. And that's why we pay so much, because the dollar is not what it used to be. And that's going to break your heart. So dollars are only going to matter to actual Americans. Like it won't really matter like when you get foreign nationals in here, because they won't work off that. They're going to work off digital currency and data being transferred to get paid off. So if they say take over this village, show us proof, all they got to do is send live footage back on a secured like web line, and they get cashed out in digital currency for 1.3 million US dollars, and they could be back in the country that's not being affected. And see, you don't think like that, but that's where we're at right now. That's why you see so much sellout. That's why you see sheriffs and all these deputies and all these people being very corrupt, because they are actually selling you out right in front of your face in small towns. See, the big cities has too much regulations, too many cameras. So whatever happens down there in the big cities, it is what it is. But in the small towns, that's going to be the places that they're going to exploit. I saw it today. It's going to be exploited. You can easily take over a rural town. Man, I was like 8 miles off of the main interstate. And if you didn't know where I was at, you wouldn't know where I was at. If I lost Wi-Fi signal or anything went down, there's nobody on earth would have knew where I was at. It's just that easy. All they got to do is just hack into the system and take you out, and you will be actually non-existent globally, really, if they take the web out, because everybody's on the web. Nobody knows most people don't even know how to read a map. Most people don't even know how to read a map. They don't know how to grid a map. They don't know how to do a compass. None of this. They don't know to do any kind of increments of measurement. None of this kind of stuff. So all they know is just Google Maps, putting this in, Google this, and that's it. If that gets taken out, it's a wrap. Particularly in America, because the rest of a lot of places in the world are very intelligent. We're just not one of them. We lost a lot of our intelligence. So that's where we at, man. But I appreciate everybody jumping in, man. I appreciate everybody. I'm about to get up out here. I'm about to go eat some crawfish and some salmon. What else I got going on? I got some baked chicken and a salad. Well, I'm about to smash down, man. So y'all stay up, man. But I'm just saying, God bless America. God bless my son, the U.S. Armed Forces, all the kids out there fighting for us. And I don't want none of this to happen, but I just want to come in and give my 2 cents. I ain't gonna do no follow up on this video or this lie. I just want to just be honest with you, man. A lot of people in America are not Americans, and if you really think about it, look at your whole circle. A lot of people around you, all they do is complain about America, complain about America. But guess what? They ain't trying to leave. They ain't trying to leave. And then when some shit pop off, if you the one that got the gun, they gonna come asking you to help them out. And that's what part that where I'm kind of like, no, don't come knock on my door. But then again, I'm like, I am American, but it's going to be a tough call because a lot of people that are anti-gun actually has had a hand on our demise because they wanted to always say criminal, criminal, criminal. But to be honest with you, the criminals may have a better opportunity for us of our survival than the law-abiding citizens, because at least the criminals, they like to survive. They don't like losing, and they're not into failure, and they are very good at surviving. And I think most law-abiding citizens, they don't know how to survive without all the stuff that they are used to having. A criminal can survive on very, very minimum things. But if you give them a firearm and you give them rations and you give them ability to actually execute a plan, they'll probably get it done for you. But the law-abiding citizen will sit there and fight you and say, well, why we got to do it that way? Can't we just like get along? No, that's the reason why we're going to fail, because we have way too many people that believe in God, in the Bible, which is perfectly fine with me, but they don't believe in actually self-protection and survival. And so sometimes you need people on your team that's going to actually want to survive versus then just get along with everybody. And that's why these other countries are elevating themselves, because they're bringing all the criminals in. Just give you a short, quick story. I got intel on this. I never done a video on this, but I know this to be true. When Barack first presidential election run, he got intel from the CIA that he was supposed to actually, when he got in, it would be very important for him to bring in all these hackers that were from Russia that were being ostracized by Putin, that he was mad at them because something leaked on Putin and it was going to get on the BBC. But a particular hacker was like, well, just give me this position or give me this amount of money. And I guess this individual asked for something crazy like $72 billion. And he didn't want to do it, and he ended up getting killed. But the other guy had the information, and he sold it to another country, and that country sold it to China, and that country in China exploited Putin, and that's why Putin is on China's back, because there's some things that he did on this file that would be a war crime, but China owns it, and that's why China and Russia are in bed. Now, I can't prove any of this. And like I said, I might get taken out just because saying this, but this is kind of what I was told. And I believe it's this source, but this is a lot of things that goes on behind the scenes that you guys don't understand why these people are in bed with each other, because they all have dirt on each other. And if you don't have dirt on somebody on a geopolitical level, they will not work with you. You have to have something on each other. And that's how the streets work for the most part in the metropolitan area. That's why gangs are so prevalent and things go on for so long, because it's being organized by like a dirty cop, a dirty sheriff, a dirty sergeant. Whatever. It only take but 3 or 4 people. People don't realize it doesn't take that many people to keep a really, really dysfunctional operation going that harms a lot of people, if you don't have nobody that's going to put their face on it and say that's wrong. And so as long as people don't say nothing, it just keeps going on and on and on. And this is what's going on with China and Russia. They all got dirt on each other, war crimes, but they don't care about it. America is the one that try to say, oh, this is a war crime. And then China doesn't say anything was a war crime. Russia doesn't say anything is a war crime. Iran, Iraq. None of these countries I think it's only 8 countries that got nuclear arms, and none of them never say anything about somebody doing something to somebody else. The only country that got nuclear arms that is worried is us. And the only reason why we are so paranoid is because we actually, as a government, we don't even trust our own people, because that's why we have two political parties. Think about that for a minute. You have a Republican, Democrat, and then you wonder why we are so dysfunctional. Anyway, y'all stay blessed, man. Peace.